The legend of Atlantis has fascinated scholars, explorers, and ancient chroniclers for centuries. This session embarks on a comprehensive, expert-level investigation of the lost city, blending deep technical insights with advanced, data-driven analysis. Unlike many simplified narratives, we focus on the intricate interplay between mythology, historical texts, and modern scientific inquiry. Today's discussion unpacks layers of evidence while adhering to a relaxed, friendly tone. Our aim is to provide an in-depth perspective that respects the complexity of Atlantis's multifaceted history. We begin by contextualizing the myth within early historical records and classical literature. We then progress to analyze ancient sources, scrutinizing the accounts attributed to figures like Plato, whose dialogues laid the foundation for many later interpretations. In addition, we survey modern archaeological expeditions and geological studies. This examination is driven by precise numerical data and established methodologies. Our approach is analytical, balancing detailed technical analysis with a conversational style. The script aims to deliver rich insights for experts, shedding light on controversial theories, debated facts, and emerging evidence. Researchers question long-held assumptions, dissect seminal sources, and integrate recent scientific findings. As we navigate through fragmented narratives and complex proofs, our goal remains to illuminate the debates that have persisted over millennia. Ultimately, we explore both the mythological allure and the tangible scientific inquiries. Each aspect is scrutinized with respect for technical rigor and a friendly demeanor. Join us as we unravel connections, analyze data, and present a balanced dialogue on one of history's most enduring enigmas. Our discussion is rooted in rigorous research and a passion for uncovering the truth. Let's begin our analytical journey through the depths of Atlantis's enigmatic legacy. In the forthcoming exploration, precision meets passion, ensuring that every claim is examined under multiple lenses. Our meticulous approach invites experts to rethink long-standing paradigms. This dialogue enriches historical inquiry. Tracing the historical origins of the Atlantis legend requires a thorough exploration of ancient records, linguistic analyses, and cross-cultural mythologies. The earliest accounts of Atlantis appear in the writings of classical authors and mystics who recorded oral traditions long before the myth was codified. Many ancient Greek sources discuss regions of advanced civilizations lost to time, often intertwining fact with embellishment. Notably, the philosopher Plato remains the most influential figure with his dialogues, even as later historians attempted to separate allegory from empirical reality. Researchers have scrutinized various narratives that reveal how early Mediterranean cultures engaged in reciprocal storytelling. Comparative studies further emphasize similar motifs in ancient Egyptian, Mesopotamian, and Minoan cultures. Linguistic experts have analyzed root words and semantic variations across languages, contributing to an enriched understanding of how such myths traversed civilizations. Close examinations of these narratives reveal that accounts of Atlantis were often embedded in political and philosophical agendas. Some scholars argue that these legendary tales served as metaphors for real historical events, providing a narrative framework for societal collapse or astronomical occurrences. Archaeologists and historians meticulously cross-reference mythic details with tangible cultural artifacts, attempting to correlate geological upheavals and ancient maritime developments with the catastrophic demise of a once prosperous society. In recent years, advances in carbon dating and sediment analysis have enabled researchers to propose approximate timelines that align certain natural disasters with the hypothesized downfall of Atlantis. This multidisciplinary approach integrates textual analysis, comparative mythology, and environmental science, offering a robust framework for interpreting what many once thought was mere fiction. Although definitive evidence remains elusive, the convergence of historical records and scientific hypotheses continues to fuel debates among experts. Numerous academic publications, conference presentations, and peer-reviewed studies fortify the arguments that the legend of Atlantis might be rooted in actual historical events rather than simple fantasy. Consequently, the line between myth and history blurs as critical analyses expose layers of cultural symbolism interwoven with genuine ancient experiences. Recent interdisciplinary research has brought forward innovative methods such as computational simulations and geospatial mapping to reassess these historical accounts. By integrating satellite imagery analysis with underwater acoustic surveys, modern scholars are able to identify potential submerged structures that once belonged to ancient civilizations. This advanced synthesis not only challenges earlier dismissals, but also reinforces the hypothesis that myth and history are intertwined. Such endeavors continue to attract debates, propelling inquiry into both theoretical and empirical investigations. Plato's narrative on Atlantis remains the most authoritative and complex accounts. In his dialogues Timaeus and Critias, Plato describes Atlantis as a vast, technologically advanced island civilization that existed roughly 9,000 years prior to his time. His account details an elaborate society characterized by intricate urban planning, sophisticated water management systems, and remarkable architectural feats. As told by Plato, Atlantis was not merely a mythic place, but a civilization that boasted military prowess, economic innovation, and cultural grandeur. However, its eventual moral decline and over-reliance on imperial ambition led to catastrophic consequences, resulting in the island's dramatic submergence beneath the ocean waves. Delving deeper into Plato's writings reveals a narrative that combines historical observation with philosophical allegory. While many assume that his account was intended as a literal record, a close reading suggests that it employs myth as a vehicle for discussing broader themes of hubris, divine retribution, and the cyclical nature of societal development. Plato's detailed descriptions extend to the island's concentric layouts, complex canal systems, and elaborate temples, alongside discussions on the distribution of power and wealth. Each element is articulated with an emphasis on geometry and proportion, reflecting the ancient Greek understanding of cosmic order and human society. Critically, modern scholars debate whether Plato's account represents an actual historical event or a cautionary tale designed to illustrate the dangers of unfettered ambition. Despite ambiguities within the text, Plato's work has inspired countless hypotheses and rigorous analytical studies over centuries. Researchers today continue to dissect his dialogues, employing statistical analyses of ancient measurements and linguistic comparisons to ascertain the underlying veracity of his narrative. In doing so, modern experts not only honor the literary artistry of Plato, but also seek substantive evidence that could reconcile myth with historical reality. This analysis continues to challenge conventional perspectives. Modern interpretations of the Atlantis legend have evolved substantially with the advent of new research technologies and methodological approaches. Experts now utilize sophisticated remote sensing equipment, seismic tomography, and underwater LiDAR to scan vast oceanic areas for evidence of submerged structures. These techniques, coupled with advanced computational modeling, have generated hypotheses outlining possible locations for Atlantis with remarkable precision. In parallel, historians revisit ancient texts using digital humanities methodologies, cross-referencing linguistic patterns, and contextual clues to reevaluate inherited accounts. Many of these studies propose that what we recognize as Atlantis may in fact be an amalgamation of regional catastrophes and mythologized narratives that were adapted over time. Further, some modern theorists have applied rigorous statistical analysis to the geographic and climatic variables associated with historical records. They argue that the convergence of certain environmental factors, such as abrupt sea level changes during the late Holocene, and evidence of tectonic disturbances may align with the sudden disappearance described in classical sources. These analytical frameworks provide a quantified basis to test the probabilities of the existence of lost civilizations, moving the discussion from speculative storytelling to a form of empirical inquiry. Additionally, advancements in maritime archaeology have led to the discovery of underwater anomalies that mirror the descriptions found in Plato's texts. Although debates persist, the integration of satellite imagery, sonar mapping, and corroborative stratigraphic analysis has inspired innovative research protocols. Researchers emphasize a multidimensional approach that does not rely solely on a single source of information, but synthesizes geological, archaeological, and climatological data. Such interdisciplinary investigations are increasingly important as they offer a comprehensive perspective, testing modern hypotheses against a robust suite of scientific methods. In summary, modern theories on Atlantis are characterized by their reliance on detailed quantitative evaluations and the marriage of technology with classical scholarship. These approaches not only refine our search strategies, but also deepen our understanding of ancient societal collapse. As debates continue, the interplay between cutting-edge science and enduring myth provides fertile ground for both academic inquiry and broader cultural reflection. Overall, these innovative interpretations push the boundaries of traditional myth analysis and encourage collaborative international research efforts. Scientific and archaeological investigations into the Atlantis narrative have adopted multifaceted methodologies that leverage state-of-the-art technology and rigorous fieldwork. Researchers across disciplines employ high-resolution sonar imaging, remote-operated submersibles, and geophysical surveys to map potential sites with unprecedented detail. These tools provide quantitative data that are analyzed alongside stratigraphic records and sediment cores extracted from seafloor deposits, enabling experts to reconstruct past environmental conditions. Detailed studies in marine geology have identified tectonic shifts and sediment disruption patterns that correlate with the timeline suggested by ancient accounts of a great deluge. Moreover, radiometric dating techniques have been applied to underwater rock formations, offering chronological anchors that help to narrow the window of time during which a lost civilization could have existed. Beyond the physical search for submerged structures, archaeological teams have focused on cultural and artifact analysis. Excavations of ancient coastal settlements divulge information about trade networks, urban planning, and material culture that may have connections with the myth of Atlantis. Comparative studies with contemporaneous Mediterranean and Near Eastern cultures reveal similarities in architectural designs, religious iconography, and even water management systems. In some instances, maritime remains such as harbor facilities and dock structures bear striking resemblances to the engineered layouts described by Plato, although definitive identification remains contentious. Applying advanced statistical methods and spatial analysis, experts have been able to discern patterns that suggest deliberate, large-scale urban planning consistent with the myth's descriptions. Interdisciplinary collaborations have furthered these scientific inquiries by integrating geochemical analyses, paleoclimatology, and seismic stratigraphy. For example, researchers have used isotopic fingerprinting to identify changes in ocean chemistry that align with significant climatic events. This evidence, when framed within regional geological models, provides compelling arguments in support of rapid environmental shifts that could have precipitated the collapse of an advanced civilization. Despite the challenges of underwater archaeology and the inherent uncertainties in interpreting fragmentary remains, the cumulative data from these investigations are gradually improving our understanding of ancient human-environment interactions. The use of predictive modeling, based on collected geological and geophysical data, has also assisted in identifying promising areas for further exploration, thus driving international research initiatives in remote and challenging marine environments. Ultimately, while scientific debates continue to refine our models and interpretations, the integration of diverse datasets offers a strategically calibrated blend of empirical observations and theoretical models that propel the quest to determine whether Atlantis was a real civilization hidden beneath the waves or solely a product of myth-making. Ongoing field studies and improvements in measurement precision contribute to an evolving picture where each discovery reshapes academic consensus. Innovative simulation models and high-performance computing enhance our ability to test geological hypotheses with robust statistics. These advancements push the frontier of maritime archaeology and challenge assumptions. Over centuries, the myth of Atlantis has indelibly influenced cultural expressions, literature, art, and modern media, inspiring both imaginative storytelling and analytical discourse. Its narrative has been recurrently adapted in various forms, from Renaissance paintings to contemporary cinema and literature, and frequently serving as a metaphor for utopia, hubris, or societal collapse. Academics and cultural critics analyze these adaptations with precise attention to historical context and symbolic representation. This enduring allure arises from a combination of the myth's inherent mystery and its ability to encapsulate complex social and political commentary. Scholars note that the influence of Atlantis extends beyond artistic portrayals. It has shaped theories in political philosophy and environmental studies as well. Its story has been invoked in debates concerning human technological progress, the consequences of overreach, and the fragility of civilization in the face of natural disasters. In academic conferences and peer-reviewed publications, Atlantis is frequently cited as a case study that illustrates how legends can mirror societal aspirations and anxieties. The myth has also permeated modern conspiracy theories and fringe historical claims. Despite the lack of conclusive empirical evidence, popular culture and online platforms have amplified discussions, sometimes merging scientific inquiry with speculative narratives. Expert panels and roundtable discussions often dissect these claims, contrasting them with rigorous data and methodological scrutiny. Importantly, this cross-pollination between scholarly research and popular discourse has sparked renewed interest in interdisciplinary studies, prompting collaborations among historians, geologists, and cultural theorists who seek to understand the broader implications of myth in shaping collective memory. In summation, Atlantis serves as more than an archaeological or historical puzzle. It functions as a potent cultural symbol that evokes themes of ambition, decay, hope, and the cyclical nature of human endeavor. The rich tapestry of its influence is a testament to the dynamic interplay between myth and reality, illustrating how legends continue to inform and inspire both academic inquiry and everyday conversation. Collectively, the influence of Atlantis on culture is studied not only for its artistic manifestations, but also for its profound role in shaping philosophical debates and identities, thereby underscoring its legacy as a timeless symbol. In concluding our analytical journey into the enigma of Atlantis, we have traversed an extensive array of historical documents, literary masterpieces, and the latest scientific findings. Our investigation has scrutinized the origins of the myth, examined Plato's intricate narrative, and evaluated modern interpretations fueled by technological innovation and interdisciplinary research. Throughout this exploration, we encountered both the allure and the ambiguity that characterize Atlantis, a myth that continues to elicit passionate debate among experts. The evidence we discussed spans multiple domains, including geological data, archaeological discoveries, and rigorous numerical analyses, each intersecting to form a complex mosaic of what could be interpreted as precursors to a historically significant civilization. While some data points lean towards the possibility that Atlantis was rooted in tangible events, other findings suggest that the narrative is largely an allegorical construct designed to convey moral, political, and social warnings. In assessing the credibility of various claims, our discussion has balanced skepticism with open-mindedness, demonstrating that even legends can be re-examined under the lens of modern scientific inquiry. The interplay of myth and empirical evidence calls for further detailed investigations and collaborative efforts among historians, archaeologists, and geoscientists. Moreover, the cultural impact of Atlantis testifies to its enduring power as a symbol of both human achievement and the inherent vulnerability of advanced societies. Reflecting on the layers of meaning forged over centuries, it becomes evident that Atlantis encapsulates more than a mere architectural or sequential error in historical chronologies. Instead, it represents the perpetual human quest for understanding our past and the cautionary tales that guide our future. As experts continue to push the boundaries of research, the debate between myth and reality remains as relevant today as it was in antiquity. Ultimately, this examination embodies the spirit of inquiry, blending precision with narrative grace to honor a subject that defies simple categorization. Future research, bolstered by advancing technologies and theoretical frameworks, promises to illuminate further the blurred boundaries between fact and fiction. Our collective reflection on Atlantis reinforces the idea that even in the face of uncertain evidence, the pursuit of knowledge is an endeavor that enriches our cultural and scientific heritage. In reflecting on our comprehensive analysis, it is clear that the quest to demystify Atlantis not only challenges established historical narratives, but also ignites passion for discovery and critical debate across diverse scholarly communities. This continuing dialogue remarkably drives innovation and inspires future generations.